All right, good enough. Good enough. Good enough. This is ShogiHome. Actually, let me just. There we go. Slightly more. This is called ShogiHome. Let me get this link. Oops. There's the link for the software. So as far as Shogi UIs that I found, you know, this is, I mean, I believe I found this from, you know, heard about this from Shogi Ramen TV, who is also developing his own, you know, application for managing Kifus. But he kindly made a video showing, you know, the competition. And this app is amazing. As long as you accept Electron applications into your heart, then this is great. And you know, if you don't know what Electron app is, then you don't care. So anyway, you know, I opened up that file. I've got a Kifu on my file system. It's called, you know, I have a directory, you know, Kifu /openings/Urashino_Ryu/ and then Urashino_Sente_versus_static. So, you know, this is, it's basically, I'm using all these words so that I can quickly find it. You quickly find and open. I use this application called Alfred, which you just hit command tab or command space and type in, you know, whatever, and it opens it up. So this is so I am in it. I opened up my Sente versus Static, you know, repertoire, and let's see, what was the first move? Well, obviously the first move is 6/8 pawn push. My opponent did this. I don't have this in my book. I don't have this in my lines. So what I would do here is, you know, there's this research button which will, if you've connected an engine to it, what I would do is you click this. I have on my analysis machine. You know, this is just my streaming machine, which is relatively low powered, and you know, I don't want the CPU to go nuts here. But I'll have this at like 2,000 seconds. So I'll just, you know, 2,000 seconds is a lot of time. I won't usually run the engine that long, but I just want to have it set at a high number so that if I want to just like let it run and walk away, it will. But anyway, for actually, I'll do this now. I'll just for stream's sake, I'll just do 1 second. You know, obviously, I'm not going to make any sort of decisions based on this. So I'll see what the engine suggests. And you're a fan of Atom. Okay. So the people are still using Atom. Atom was the text editor, if I'm not mistaken, that was developed along with Electron, right? I didn't think people still used Atom. I thought they deprecated it, but maybe someone reopened it. I'm a Mac Vim guy. I'm a Vim user. As someone in YouTube comments a few months ago pointed out, like, you know, Mac Vim, when they saw behind the scenes what I was doing on my desktop. So, you know, I've got these lines, and you know, I will say, all right. You know, what is in the spirit of what I'm trying to do? You know, I have my idea of what I want to do in this opening, or I have my idea of, you know, what this opening is about. So, you know, obviously, you know, if you let the engine just play its best moves, it's not going to pick Urashino. You know, the engine doesn't hate Urashino, but you know, it doesn't. you have to use your judgment, anytime with this, like, and especially, anytime using an engine, you have to use your judgment anyway. It's like, is this a position I'm comfortable with? Is this something that that I want? Is this a position, the kind of position that I want to play? So, it's guided by the engine, kind of like using the engine to make sure that I'm not messing up is really what it is. That's especially the case when I'm doing central rook stuff. Because the engine doesn't want any part of that. As soon as you go into central rook, the next move that the engine wants you to make is to move the rook back to static rook. So, in this game, I played 9-6. So, I would look at this. I'd see, okay, the engine. The eval here. Let's expand this up. Okay. So here are the lines that it's showing. We'd see that it thinks that 7-8 or 7-6 pawn is the the number one move. Again, this is only 1 second evaluation. So don't take any of these evals to heart. But regardless. Even if this 7-6 pawn is the move, this is not a move I'm gonna make. I know that I want to play Urashima Ryu. I don't want to exchange the bishops off. So my thinking would generally be to come into here, get the bishop out, push these. But with this weird move, with the move of 1-1-4, pawn 1-4, I didn't know what to do. Do I ever use visual mode in Vim? Occasionally, often to select text. So I'll often select text with it, yank it and then paste it somewhere else. So that's usually the only times I'm going into visual mode. If by visual mode you mean like that Vim feature where you sort of you get highlighted squares. So I played 1-6. That is not in these top 5 moves, but let's say it was, or let's say I'm really adamant that I want to play this. I play, we see the eval pop up. It's in the opponent's favor. So I am editing my live one. I'll just make a note here. There are these comments. This app allows you to add comments. I'm just saying, on stream testing, do not use. So it shows it, in line with these, with this. So what did the opponent do? The opponent from here, I believe, pushed the pawn. I will get this here, get analysis up quickly, and let's see. He pushed, I pushed, and then they brought the bishop out. And then I brought my bishop out. Okay, so opponent pushed. I brought my silver up. Urashima Ryu style. The eval is already kind of going down, but again, this is very low depth. This is very low depth on a very very short amount of time calculating. Very low end machine. That kind of thing. So this, now one of my moves, one of the acceptable moves is this bishop, which is what I did. And then, okay, so this is what the opponent did. Take. okay, the bowing pawn, This is what I did, right? Let's go back in there. Okay, and then they timed out. Okay. So this is kind of what I wanted to see. So what happens if the opponent forces this in, and we'll see that okay, this is an only move. The eval over here, the only move to maintain equality here is gold. So I'd bring that gold up. They'd take, and then I take. Obviously I'm protected by the rook and the bishop here. And then let's see if he drops this pawn. Fascinating that the engine says 9-8 is the better move. So this will be something. This is going to be something that I'm going to run higher analysis later, just to see, to get these little tricks, because yes, it's the engine, and yes, it's eval, and yes, I'm not an engine, and yes, I throw away games that are completely. I throw away games. I lose games where I have Tsume. So take everything for what it's worth. But the goal would be for me to find out, okay, these moves, I would have instinctively come back over here to 7-8, which is the second best move. There are only two moves here that maintain equality-ish situation. The 7-8, which loses some equity, or 9-8, which gains effectively, which keeps a slight advantage. And so here, I run this at high depth. I'd see why. Try to get ideas. I'd play around with whatever with random moves. Not random, but likely moves that could be made to try to understand. Often it doesn't work, but try to understand why this is better than 8-7. It's not about mimicking the engine. It's about trying to understand the concepts, trying to understand what makes a move better than another move, with the assistance of, the world's strongest, of a player who never tires of my questions and is stronger than anyone who's ever lived. So, that's how that works, or how I do it. So let's say I did it, and then I'd save it and then go on with my day. That's really it. So I said I'd show it. I said I'd show how I do it, and that is how I do it. And if anyone gets any value out of that, very good. Hopefully it's useful to somebody. But let's get this scene back. But it's been great for me. I enjoy doing it as well. And I have gotten some wins off of some of the prep before. The stuff that has swung into opposing rook, like in that type of position, it's been great. And also like that whole defensive situation. I watch Urshino Ryu channel. I see how he deals with it. I've had plenty of reviews from stronger players in this channel, and then I've got just the final tying it together into my opening repertoire with the help of the engine, just making sure I remembered correctly what people said, and it works. It works out for me anyway. I enjoy it. All right. All right, Gote here. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Almost 30,000 games played. Urshino Ryu. 30,000 games played are no match for Urshino Ryu. Oh, okay. We've seen this. Definitely seen this. It's a timeout win. That is a timeout win. Yes. Yes. Preparation. So this is pure preparation that from what I just showed. This came from a question in one of the YouTube videos. I upload the videos after I stream. I upload the videos, and one of the viewers, Dr. Lennon, people probably know him. Dr. Lennon said that because he's been learning Urashino Ryu, so he's been learning Urashino Ryu, and so he commented at, for one of mine and said, "What if the rook takes?" And I think he said, "What if the rook takes? Then you take with the gold, and then they drop the bishop on 7-9." And I'm like, no one has ever done that to me. At the time, I think my comment basically said, no one has ever done that to me. But it looks like this rook rook 5-8 move defends both, and then you're going to win the bishop. And because apparently I think if I'm remembering, he said that like 2 players have done that against him. I've played 500 plus games of Urashino Ryu now online. Plus over the board. I've played a 20 plus games over the board in Urashino Ryu, and no one had ever done that to me at that point. And then the very next, and so anyway, I responded. I went through that engine stuff and saw, okay, rook 5-8 is the best move. There is another move. I can't remember which it is. Let's transition the scene. Transition the scene. So it is. There is another move. There is another move besides. I think there's another move that protects. I think there is. You mean that would be silver 6-2? No, silver 6-2 does not. Silver 6-2 blocks the rook, and then the bishop can take. I swear there is another move here. It's not as good as rook 5-8, but I swear there's another move. Or silver 4, if you mean silver 4-2, moving silver 4-2 down, same deal. I think it might be this. I think it might be this. Silver 6-4. If I'm not mistaken, this is the second move. I'd have to look. It protects the silver, and the gold is already protected by the rook. So anyway, so I reviewed that, came back, and then the very next day on stream, someone did this line, and I was immediately prepared for it. And I think it was a quick resign. I think it was a very quick resign after. And then, now today, maybe a week or 2 weeks after, here it is another time, and effectively a resign. We get the timeout win right away. But yeah, yes, people will say that studying with an engine don't, people will say don't do it. A lot of people will say don't do it. Don't do it, or don't listen to the engine. Engines don't play like humans, et cetera, et cetera. I think it's a little more nuanced. I think the discussion is a little more nuanced than that.